Hello, hello. It's true. The time has come. Tangem Pay is just about here. We've been waiting for this for years. So I have a lot of news to share with you, and we're going to get right into it. So, this was a tweet that Tangem just put out. Tangem Pay, the reveal tomorrow. At the Miami blockchain event, they will be revealing Tangem Pay. So there's still a lot that we don't know. So I'm just going to share with you everything that I know about Tangem Pay, a little bit of what we can expect. There's also some huge developments in who will be able to get Tangem Pay, which everyone is going to be extremely excited to hear. That said, this week is the last week on November 7th to take advantage of Tangem's buy one, get one 60% off deal, which gets you 6 cards for $97, which allows you to set up 3 separate cold wallets on your Tangem app. Again, this is one of the best deals that Tangem has ever had. It ends on the 7th, and the deal to this is in the description of this live stream if you want to check it out. And if you're wondering, well, why would I get a Tangem wallet if Tangem Pay is coming out? We'll get to that in a second as well. Yeah, I'm super excited for this. So a lot of you probably already know just as much about Tangem Pay as I do because they've been teasing it for a while now. But for those of you who don't know, Tangem Pay is a non-custodial payment account built into the Tangem Wallet app. So Tangem Pay is a self-custodial debit card. Basically, it allows you to spend your crypto at over 95 million Visa terminals all around the world. Wherever Visa is accepted, you'll be able to use Tangem Pay. And this isn't just in-store locations. This includes online as well. It lets you spend stable coins directly using either a virtual Visa card, the virtual Tangem Pay, online or in-store with Apple Pay or Google Pay. So now you don't have to, move funds to a crypto exchange and cash out your crypto. If you want to buy stuff with your crypto, now you can spend your crypto directly from your wallet. There are a couple things to note. Tangem Pay, again, is completely self-custodial, which means no third party controls your crypto. It doesn't give any third party access or control over your crypto. As users, we still remain in full control, which is why this product is going to be revolutionary, in my opinion. But Tangem Pay is going to offer 2 types of wallets, both hot and cold wallets. So their virtual wallet will be essentially a hot wallet, and you'll be able to have this. From the sounds of it, Tangem Pay is going to be available in the current Tangem app. So it'll likely just be an update. And then, you can sign up and start using it almost immediately. That said, they will come out with their cold wallet version, which will be a physical card. Whether it will look like this one on the screen or not, I have no idea. Probably not, but it's possible. Obviously, cold wallet is going to be the safest solution. So that's what I would recommend going with. But I'm sure, myself included, a lot of us are just excited to try this. So once the hot wallet app becomes available, I'm definitely going to download it and check it out and get familiar with it. So if you're wondering what the difference is between your Tangem wallet and Tangem Pay, Tangem is a self-custodial hardware wallet where you control your keys anonymously. Tangem Pay is an optional, it's a regulated product. It has to be because they have partnered with Visa within the same app that lets you create a payment account. You'll have to verify your identity and you'll receive a Visa card for real world spending. Now this is eventually, we'll get to some of that stuff in a bit, but they are separate products. So Tangem Pay isn't replacing your Tangem wallet. There's still a world where you should be using your Tangem wallet. And then Tangem Pay will be like your little checking account wallet where you can spend your crypto. So you could think of the Tangem wallet, if you want, kind of like a savings account, Tangem Pay as a checking account. But that's just, there's still a lot that needs to be revealed before we understand fully how this works. And there were some slides that I saw months ago that really broke it down, but it's pretty technical stuff because you have the you have Visa that communicates with the point of sale system at whatever store that you're at, and then that communicates with the app on your phone, which communicates with the blockchain. So there's a lot of moving parts involved in this. So yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow when they officially reveal Tangem Pay that it provides us with a lot more clarity. So of course, everyone's wondering about KYC. Of course, you have to go through KYC anytime you sign up or anything with a bank, anything that handles money, like crypto exchanges. KYC is a must. So there is a one-time identity verification that's required to activate your virtual Visa card. The verification is handled by Tangem's trusted card issuing partner and is completely siloed, which basically just means this only applies to your Tangem Pay account, your main wallet, your main Tangem wallet, all your assets, your transaction history, your wallet, receiving addresses, all that stuff remains completely untouched. They're completely separate from each other. So Tangem never sees any personal data within your Tangem wallet. This is anything that you do with Tangem Pay is specific to Tangem Pay, and you're not forced to use it by any means. So who can use Tangem Pay? It's available to all Tangem wallet owners who successfully complete the KYC process. You will need the Tangem Pay app or the Tangem app, to activate and manage your card. And again, this is the virtual card and eventually the physical card. And you must be a resident of a supported country to be eligible. So originally when they, like the last update I heard from Tangem about Tangem Pay, which was a video I think they did on their channel, is that this was going to be launched in Europe and UK. So if you're in the US, we didn't have a time frame for when we could expect Tangem Pay, but that has since changed, and this is why I'm really excited. So before I get to that, though, Tangem Pay again can be used anywhere Visa is accepted, both online and in store. This includes any merchants that support Apple Pay and Google Pay. The card currency is in USD, so if you make a purchase in any other currency, Visa's foreign exchange rates and cross-border fees, whatever those are, will likely apply. And Tangem Pay will work with any brand wallet. So you don't need a Tangem wallet to use Tangem Pay, right? You can just download the Tangem app. You can use their hot wallet version. But also, if you already have like a Ledger wallet or a Trezor or whatever it may be, the goal is that everyone will be able to use Tangem Pay to spend their crypto regardless of what brand wallet they use. Even if they use a hot wallet like MetaMask or Trust Wallet or Exodus, it doesn't matter. Now, I don't know if this will be available right off the bat. I'm assuming it will be. Again, I don't have the actual details of how this all connects. We just have to wait and see how the app works. But whether you have, a Tangem wallet, Ledger, it's not going to matter. Everyone can use Tangem Pay. So where will it launch first? This is the big news. Tangem Pay will be issuing cards in late November across the United States, Latin America, and major Asia Pacific countries, with more regions to follow later. So yes, if you're in the US, you're going to get first dibs on Tangem Pay. Again, we weren't expecting this, and I'm super happy to see this come through. There should be some kind of, I don't know, I'm assuming like my discount code Cyberskrilla will still apply to Tangem Pay when you get the physical card. I don't know if it's going to be like a separate thing. But if there's like any discounts or anything, I'll definitely share that with you. I was just talking to Tangem. I was trying to get them. I basically asked them if the discount will apply to it or if it'll be a different discount. But even if it's a different discount, I'm still going to make it Cyberskrilla. So when that physical card comes out and you want to get your hands on that, the discount code Cyberskrilla should get you whatever discount they're offering. But again, I'll keep you updated on that. And I'll probably go live tomorrow and share, or maybe we could be live while they're sharing it, while they're revealing it in Miami. Who knows? So yeah, that's Tangem Pay in a nutshell. Now, obviously, there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Again, we could speculate and and say all that we want to say, and we can look at what Tangem has actually said themselves. But until we actually see the final product, it's really hard to say for sure how all this is going to work. Okay, so I'll go to the chat here again. Tangem Pay is completely separate from the Tangem wallet. They're not phasing out Tangem wallet. You still want a hardware wallet to secure your crypto, and preferably have that separate from other things. So again, the Tangem's buy one get one 60% off sale ends this week. You get 6 cards for the price of $97, which allows you to create 3 separate cold wallets that you can manage all in your Tangem app, all at the same time. This is one of the best deals that they've had, even better than I think their Black Friday sale last year. So definitely take advantage of that. If you want to, the link to this deal is in the description of the live stream. Also, the Tangem ring is still on sale. I just took my ring off, but it is on sale for 25% off using that link, and you get 2 cards with that as well. Otherwise, if you're just looking at like a 3-card set or a 2-card set, that link will get you 10% off the normal stuff. So, okay, chat, what's going on this beautiful Tuesday with Bitcoin just completely dumping? I haven't seen so much bullish news in crypto, and while the market just dumps simultaneously. It's very interesting, I will say. But I looked at the fear and greed index, and everyone is extremely fearful right now. So I get it. Crypto Roger said, I used your code and bought 3 wallets. I'm in the US. They sent it from the US, but I was charged a VAT fee for almost $8. What kind of crap is this? I don't know what to tell you. I would reach out to Tangem. Unfortunately, that's not anything I could help you with. I wish I could. What's going on, Moza? Moza. Shout out Moza. Shout out 352 Lambo. Everything all coin said it's about time. Absolutely. We've been waiting for Tangem Pay for a while. Ghost Arrow says this is exciting. It is absolutely exciting. What's going on, Dangerous Dave? Ron Watkins says he got the buy 160% off. Thanks for that deal, of course. Of course. Monica says, so why are people saying get crypto on Web3? I just released a short about this. That is a scam. Whatever account you're following that's telling you to stop using cold wallets and use Web3, Web3 doesn't exist, first off. That's just a vaporware term that was invented by venture capitalists. A16Z invented that term. Doesn't exist. And now scammers use it to scam people. So any account you're following that is saying to stop using cold wallets and get your crypto on Web3 or on a Web3 wallet, you need to block those accounts. But before you do that, make sure you report them for scamming, because that's what they're trying to do to you. Angel says, wow, thanks for the valuable info. Glad I found you, of course. Dangerous Dave says Web3 is a scam. See, Dangerous Dave knows what's going on. But will it be KYC? Of course. Like I said, anytime you're interacting with any kind of institution that handles money, such as banks, KYC is a requirement. There is no workaround. Jason says, very cool, but all my crypto's in hodl mode. That's understandable. 352 says, better not KYC. KYC is dangerous. Again, like, it's completely separate. It's not any different than opening an account on an exchange. You're not sacrificing or putting your cold wallet at risk by doing this. It's a completely separate product. If you don't want to use it, then don't use it, right? It's pretty simple. So are there tax repercussions? There's a lot that would go into that, but I'm not a tax professional either. That's probably something you'd want to, get like a free consultation from a tax expert. But I will say that selling your crypto, which includes spending it or getting rid of it, to buy a product or a service, is a taxable event because you are still disposing of that asset. Now, what would determine if you owed money when you buy something with crypto is if you made money when you dispose of that asset. So if you bought, $100 worth of Bitcoin, and then that Bitcoin, eventually grew to $200, and then you decided to buy like some AirPods or something for $200 using that Bitcoin, then you essentially profited $100, and you would technically owe on that $100 in profit. So again, it really just depends. The Fierce Eagle says, guys, I don't know about this one. Yo. Yeah, again, if you don't like it, don't use it. It's pretty simple. KYC is only for exchanges. Many crypto cards don't require KYC. Not exactly. It really depends how the cards are set up. Will it be available in the US? Yep, already answered that. It is going to be launched in the US. 352 Lambo says KYC opens you up to identity theft plus crypto theft. I have no KYC online checking account. Most people who are on the internet today who have a bank account have KYC'd. So you've KYC'd eventually at some point, I'm sure. KYC is know your customer. This is a requirement by any institution that handles money, and is to prevent anti-money laundering, or it's basically just to be compliant with what's required depending on where you live, but it's for anti-money laundering and make sure that money isn't being used to fund terrorists or any other illegal activities. Hi, do I really have to move my crypto to a new wallet if I lose the second card? Why could just add 2 new cards to the old wallet with 1 card? So yeah, if you set up your Tangem wallet without a seed phrase, and let's say you had 3 cards and you lose 2 cards, that means you would only have 1 card left. You can't add new cards to an existing Tangem wallet. The only way you would do that is you have to completely factory reset your cards and then set them up as a set of cards together. So you can't keep adding cards. You have to set them up as new cards, and you're limited to a maximum of 3 cards per set in the Tangem app. So yeah, you would have to transfer your crypto to like a different wallet if you wanted to go that route. That's why I prefer to use a seed phrase. Then you don't even have to worry about that. If you're using a seed phrase, then you technically can add as many cards as you want, because when you buy a new set of cards, when you go through the setup process, you just select import seed phrase, you import it, and then you have access to all that same crypto. That's the downside of not having your seed phrase. Does this make your wallet hot? No, this is separate from your wallet. It's not going to make it hot. Now, again, like I said, they offer two. They're going to offer 2 options: a hot wallet version, which will be available in the app, or the physical cold wallet card. So, I mean, they will have a hot wallet option. But yeah. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make your wallet KYC. That doesn't even make sense. You can't KYC a self-custodial wallet like a hardware wallet. That literally doesn't even make any sense. This is specifically for the Tangem Visa product. So even if you sign up for Tangem Pay and decide to use it, it doesn't affect your Tangem wallet. You're not KYCing your wallet. So yeah. Which regions? Because some regions are blocked in the U.S. I don't know. I told you everything that I know when I went through the slides, and I don't think any region is blocked in the U.S. for Visa cards. That doesn't really make sense. I would imagine this will be available everywhere in the U.S., but I could be wrong. I really wanted to trust a bit more on the fact that the seed phrases are generated in the app. I really want the seed words to never touch anything online. If that's the case, then don't set up your Tangem wallet with the seed phrase and use it as a seedless wallet. That's the simple solution. Or don't use Tangem. Dangerous Dave says, so we must get a separate card that we pay for. If you want the physical cold wallet Tangem Pay card, yes. If not, then you're going to be using the Tangem Pay virtual card in the app. Those are your two options. Casino Jungle says, can tens of billions be stored in a single Tangem cold wallet? Absolutely. There's no limit to how much crypto a cold wallet can secure. Cold wallets don't hold crypto. Crypto only exists on the blockchain network. All cold wallets and crypto wallets hold are the keys that are used to access and manage your crypto on the blockchain. Therefore, there is no limits to how much crypto, because it's really just holding the key. So even if you had $1 trillion, you could secure it. You could technically secure it, with one Tangem wallet. I bought Tangem, but now I went to buy the new Trezor Gen 5. You're getting a couple wallets mixed up there. There's no Trezor Gen 5. There's the Trezor Safe 7 and there's the Ledger Nano Gen 5. It sounds like you're mixing those two up. That said, I did get the Ledger Nano Gen 5. I already did my review on that. And the Trezor Safe 7 I'm still waiting for because the US government is shut down. They can't ship the wallet. And the reason I think they can't ship the wallet specifically is they're still probably waiting for approval from the FCC since it's a new product. Same with the Ledger Nano Gen 5. And who knows when that'll happen because our government's still shut down. So, in fact, I just heard that they might be shutting down the airlines if the government doesn't reopen. So things could start getting very interesting here. But don't lose faith, y'all. And I'm not just talking about faith in crypto. I'm just like, just faith in general, Crypto Roger says, going to buy a new house with my crypto in early 2026. Congratulations. That'd be super cool. Much love from Israel. Been waiting for this so long. Shout out to Israel. Appreciate you being here. Pips over profits. The company is growing. Always awesome to hear. As well as working on partnering with Tangem as well. Love your channel. Awesome. Thank you. And yeah, I mean, Tangem, if you look at any other hardware wallet company in the industry, I think Tangem is innovating the quickest. I think they're doing the most in terms of what the users actually want. Yeah, a lot of companies are coming out with new things that are very technical and that, not in my opinion, not everyone wants or is even knows how to take advantage of, which isn't necessarily bad or good. I'm just saying it's just something I noticed. Tangem is extremely user focused and user driven, and that's why they came out of nowhere and disrupted this industry. And now they've sold more wallets than Trezor and most other companies. I think the only company that still has more wallets sold than Tangem, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure just Ledger is still above Tangem. And that's just to say that Tangem is, again, they're just doing things right. Doesn't mean that they're not going to make mistakes on the way, but that's how you grow as a company. And that's what I've learned running my company too, is like mistakes are inevitable. So it's how fast can you learn from your mistakes and keep providing value. If Tangem Pay hasn't been released yet, how can some YouTubers give their reviews on using it and how they rate it? Sounds like they are making it up. I'm not sure what YouTubers you are referring to, but you can't review Tangem Pay yet because it's not out yet. I've made several videos on Tangem Pay because Tangem has released a lot of information about Tangem Pay. I mean, they've been talking about it for, I think, like at least a year now, but a little longer. So there is a lot of information out there if you dig deep enough. I've got slides, there's videos that they've done, there's Q&As that they've done. They've been talking about it for a long time. So you can gather a lot of information, which is what I've done to to figure out a little bit how it works. But again, until you actually see the final product, it's kind of hard to review it. Dime says, can you give several for airdrop? Not sure what you mean. Any new good movie recommendations? I don't watch movies, honestly. I'm anti-Hollywood. I don't watch movies. I listen to podcasts. I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch my own videos, which is super weird, but just to learn from, not learn about the content, but just learn where I can improve. What do you think XRP is going to do? No idea. Human being, crypto sucks. Yeah, a lot of crypto does suck. 99% of crypto is vaporware. Just like the NFT market, 99.9% of NFTs in 2021 was all vaporware. That's why they're all worth $0 now. It's no different in the crypto space. There's over 30 million random cryptocurrencies that are complete garbage that have been launched that are worth absolutely nothing. So yeah, I would agree. Crypto does suck for the most part. There's been little innovation, in my opinion, but that's how you know you're still early. Doesn't mean that there isn't opportunity now or in the near future. So it's worth keeping your eyes and ears open, because there's always opportunities when there is revolutionary technology such as crypto coming up. Let's see. Ron says, so for tax purposes, do they provide you with a list of exchange activity? I have no idea, but you'd have to realize that everything you do with crypto is tracked on the blockchain. That's what the blockchain is. It's a digital public ledger of transactions. It's a decentralized ledger. It's immutable. Anyone can see it. The transactions can't be changed. So it's a truthful ledger. So that data will always be available. Whether they will provide that to you or not, I don't know. Megan says, I'm just starting my crypto trading education. Super cool. Super cool. Megan, my advice to you is to not focus on the trading aspect. And by trading, I mean what to buy, reading charts. All that's pretty much trash, like especially chart reading. Chart reading doesn't work. Everything is manipulated in this market, controlled by bots. It's fake transaction volume. Scammers run everything. So if you are trying to trade based off of charts or listening to influencers, 99% of people end up getting wrecked. I would really focus on learning the fundamentals of crypto. Fundamentals is what we teach on this channel, and by we I mean me and my community of extremely knowledgeable people at this point. But yeah, again, how to navigate the space safely, how to secure your crypto using self-custodial cold storage, how seed phrases and private keys work, and the different scams to watch out for. That's where you really need to start, in my opinion and in my experience over the last 6 years. Learn the fundamentals first before you get too crazy, because what ends up happening, and this is an example I'm probably going to use for a while, but like the retired guy Brandon LaRoque, who just lost $3 million worth of XRP. He had been in crypto for 8 years. But guess what? He didn't educate himself on the basic fundamentals of crypto, and he lost his entire retirement because he wasn't educated on how it worked. And that's why I say you want to do that first, because even if you were to, hit the lottery and you made millions of dollars, doesn't mean you're going to keep it. And that's just the hard truth. Fernando says, also waiting in Latin America. Sweet. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Dave says, been waiting for this. We've all been waiting, Dave. And yeah, the time has come. When does this go live? So they're announcing it tomorrow. Tangem Pay, this was a tweet they just put out. They're announcing it tomorrow at the Miami blockchain event. What is that event even called? I was invited to it by Tangem, but I'm not traveling this year just for personal reasons. So, yeah, I'm not going to be there, obviously. But I guess it's just Miami Blockchain Week. The Blockchain Futurist Conference is what it's called. That's November 5th through 6th. So it'll be Wednesday, Thursday, and they will be announcing it tomorrow. There's no announcement link. Again, they're announcing it tomorrow. The only link I have is a link in the description that takes you to Tangem's current buy one, get one 60% off sale, which is one of the best sales they've ever done. Get you 6 cards, 6 Tangem cards, which is the equivalent of 3 Tangem cold wallets because you only need 2 cards to set up one wallet. This is one of the best deals they've ever offered. I think is better than their Black Friday deal last year. So if you're looking to diversify your crypto, this is a no-brainer in my opinion. Again, you get 3 cold wallets for $97, which is more affordable than what a single wallet costs from other companies, right? And yeah, you can manage it all in the same Tangem app. Super easy. So also the ring is on sale for 25% off using that link in the description, or you just get 10% off everything else. So definitely take advantage of that. Again, the Tangem Pay product is not a replacement for your Tangem cold wallet. They're 2 completely separate products. Is there any idea of what coins are supported by Tangem Pay? I don't know. I really don't know. In theory, it should work with any cryptocurrency. And basically, what will happen is it's going to convert your crypto, whatever you hold, for fiat at the payment terminal. So if you had a meme coin and something costs $100, it would just deduct whatever the value, whatever $100 worth of your meme coin was at that point. It would deduct it from your wallet, turn it into fiat, and it'd be sent to the merchant. But I don't know for sure. LT Man, shout out to LT Man from Chi-Town. Hope your family doing well. What's the news? I'm late. Again, Tangem is announcing tomorrow or revealing Tangem Pay at the Blockchain Futurist Conference in Miami. Should we use it like you originally recommended as a second checking account card where you just transfer funds offline and then you use it to pay to not be exposed? I wouldn't make Tangem Pay my. I probably wouldn't. I should say, I probably wouldn't make Tangem Pay my savings, like my dedicated cold wallet. But I don't know. Again, there's still some details to be announced, so I don't want to necessarily, say the wrong thing or. So yeah. Ron says, if the Visa card performs crypto USD swaps at the time of purchase, is there an end of year statement of taxable events for the IRS? I don't know. Thanks for thank you very much. That is very generous of you. Yeah, you didn't have to do that, but I'm happy to help either way. So thank you so much for your super chat. That's very kind of you. And thanks for chilling on the live stream with us. And why would we need to pay for this service? You don't need to pay for anything. No one's forcing you to do anything. Why did they change their mind not rolling out in Europe and UK? I don't know. If I had to guess, maybe there were some things in the background that we didn't know about where they thought they weren't going to be able to go live in the US. So they went with the next biggest markets that they could roll out in. But obviously things have changed. So, but I don't have an answer for you. Are there any crypto Visa cards available in South Africa? Probably. I don't know though. I don't use crypto Visa cards. Tangem will be my first kind of like crypto debit card. Did you say that making a Tangem seed phrase wallet stores the seed phrase in the app? So if your phone is hacked, they can find those seed words in the app, potentially create a wallet. No, I did not say that, and that's not how it works. When you set up your Tangem wallet using a seed phrase, the seed phrase is displayed on the app long enough for you to write it down. It is then, the keys are then sent to your cards in the secure element chip, and the seed phrase is erased forever from your device and the app. So yeah, and that's all done before the setup process is complete. Also, the Tangem app has a bunch of features disabled, and like certain key logging features and stuff are disabled in the Tangem app in case you did have malware on your phone. That way, any external software wouldn't be able to see what you're doing. But it also has certain features disabled that would work normally on your phone that doesn't work, like when your seed phrase is displayed. And I've shown an example of this in another video where I was talking about using Tangem Wallet even though it doesn't have a screen. And in that video, I recorded my phone screen, like a screen recording. While I was setting up my seed phrase, I also took a screenshot. And if you go and play back the video and look at the picture, they're completely blank. So those are just some of the examples. Some examples of how Tangem has made the app secure for the brief moment that your seed phrase is displayed. Sorry if you answered this already, but will this only be available in the UK? No, this is going to be available in the US, so across the United States, Latin America, and major Asia Pacific countries. So let's see. Yeah, I'm super excited that we get it in the US. Strength and Power says Tangem is the coolest company for me. To me, they seem to be ahead of their time. Yeah, I would agree. It's not even that they're ahead of their time. It's just that they actually listen to what their users want and they do it. That's why they're so successful. No Hype 85 says, I love my EliPal Titan 2.0, but it's not very user friendly. That's because it's an air gap wallet, and air gap wallets are just not as user friendly as a non air gap wallet. And they don't provide you with any additional security that a non air gap wallet provides. So, yeah, that makes sense. Also, EliPal is not a wallet brand I recommend using anymore. So, yeah, something like Tangem will definitely be extremely user friendly. If you are looking for user-friendly wallet, you should try Tangem. See, I have a Bybit card just for groceries and never paid anything for it. I even get a tiny bit of Paybank. Nice. Canada FedEx charges ROD fee, remittance, advanced duties plus custom fees. Yeah, I mean, that's the state of the world right now, unfortunately. That has nothing to do with the company. That is just, and by company I mean Tangem. That's just the shipping fees. I just had to pay a shipping fee for a new wallet I'm going to review. Before they even accepted it into the country, it was like $20. Let's see. Eduardo says, if I copy and paste between my own wallet, is it safe? It saved my wallet name from the exchange. Like in general, that is safe, but make sure when you copy your wallet address, make sure you're actually hitting the receive button in whatever wallet or platform you're copying that address from. Never, ever, never copy your receiving address from your transaction history tab or anything like that, because there is a scam that could lead you to send your crypto to the wrong wallet. And basically that is an address poisoning scam where scammers will send cryptocurrencies to your wallet address and make it look like you have interacted with that wallet before, or that you have sent that wallet crypto before, when in reality it's actually the scammer's address. And they can even modify their wallet addresses to look similar to yours. So like the first 3 to 4 digits, as well as the last 3 to 4 digits, other addresses will look like yours. So even if you're only checking the first four and last four of your wallet address, that's not good enough. In a perfect world, you should check every single digit in your wallet address. But yeah, definitely you want to copy your receiving address using the receive button, whether that's on the exchange or in your wallet. Do that and you should be safe. How does this differ from uphold cards? I don't know because I don't know about uphold cards. Is this a credit or a debit? This is a debit card. It's a self-custodial debit card. It allows you to spend your crypto at any Visa payment terminal around the world. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate your channel and the insight you bring. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate your comment. What's Tangem Pay? Tangem Pay is a non-custodial payment account built into the Tangem Wallet app. It lets you spend stable coins directly using a virtual Visa card online or in-store with Apple Pay or Google Pay. They will also have a physical debit card that will allow you to spend your crypto as well. Broke Loader says, I got to say, ease of use on Tangem was a plus for me. And 2 guys at work, we all went together to get a wallet, and it worked well. We see your info a lot on the technical. Just wanted to say thank you. Cool. Well, I'm glad that you enjoy Tangem, because I know I enjoy Tangem, and the reason I like it so much is because it is so user friendly. So I appreciate you. Thank you for all your videos. It's greatly appreciated. Of course. Thanks for watching them. What's the safest recommend third-party multi-sig app? I have no idea. I don't use multi-sig. I know Safe is a popular one, but I believe that's also the one that the Bybit CEO was using when it was compromised, and he ended up sending $1 billion to a scammer. So I don't know how safe it actually is. I wonder who owns Tangem. They are mysterious. You could Google it because that's public information. It's not a secret or anything. So if you really want to find out, it's not that hard to find out. Some blockchains die, and thus the history. I suggest using online crypto tax services like Coinly to extract all transactions on a monthly basis. Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to do crypto taxes and you use anything outside of an exchange, you don't have a choice really but to use a crypto tax software, unless you want to go through the blockchain and record all that data yourself. But a crypto tax tool, Coinly, CoinLedger, ZenLedger, they all will scrape the blockchain for you, gather all your transaction history, and then put it into a nice document that you can file with your taxes. I use CoinLedger. I also have a video about filing your crypto taxes on this channel. If you just type into YouTube how to file crypto taxes, my video should be the first one to pop up. And that's how I do it. I've been doing it for the last 5 years myself. This year, I'll probably hire someone from CoinLedger. They offer, they have people that you can hire through their website. I'll probably be hiring someone this year because with the business, and I have a lot of transactions. So Megan says, thank you so much. I appreciate all the input. Absolutely, Megan. And just keep learning. That sounds like you're on the right track. So just keep doing what you're doing. Indiana Pips, do you think Tangem will ever make a desktop app? I know Trezor is doing both now with the Safe 7, but it'd be nice if Tangem's never, with the current Tangem card and the products they currently offer, they will never do a desktop app. Nope. If they'd have to come out with a completely new product for them to do that. Tangem is designed, and the reason it's so safe is because it works with mobile only. Satoshi, if you want to learn more about the guy that lost $3 million, just go watch the video on my channel. It's called How Brandon LaRoque Lost $3 Million. That's the video you'll want to see. Narmar says, what's your favorite cold wallet? I say overall favorite is Tangem, just because it's easy to use and it's actually enjoyable to use. That's the wallet I use the most. But I also really like the Ledger Flex and the Trezor Safe 5. And I just like Ledger, Trezor. Like Ledger, Trezor, Tangem are still my top brands. I think they just do stuff the best in the space. And I like their wallets a lot. That said, I am really excited to try the new Safe 7. Also, I've got a review coming out for the Rider 1 wallet. I think a lot of you have been waiting for this. This wallet is sweet. I'll give you a little showcase here, kind of what it looks like. It's got a little touchscreen and it comes with a recovery tag. And this is actually like solid plastic. It's not like a bendable card, but it is IP68 rated. It's waterproof, dustproof. The touchscreen, for how small it is, like the buttons are actually fairly large and the screen is pretty responsive. But yeah, it's a really nice screen for how small it is. Yeah, this is a super cool wallet also. So I think there's a lot of room to grow for Rider. They really just launched this wallet, but this is one that I'd be keeping an eye out on because it's kind of like a mix of something like Ledger and Tangem, and that this is an NFC wallet. So to sign transactions, you hold it up to your phone. And then if you want to back up your keys, this is also NFC compatible. Or so you actually set this up like Tangem without a seed phrase, and you back it up on the key tag. But then, as you saw, maybe in the settings, if you want to see your seed phrase after the setup, you can see it. You can press the reveal secret recovery phrase. And then you have to input your passcode, and it'll show you that. But be on the lookout for my review of this wallet. It should be coming, if not this week, then early next week. Would like to add another layer between World and Bitcoin. Does Tangem offer any other solution I could use, or is there something worth looking at? I'd like to add another layer between World and Bitcoin. I think I'm just brain dead today. I've just been looking at the market and stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. If you could clarify, I might be able to answer your question. Jarrell says, so could I essentially buy USDC and pay for everyday expenses? Exactly. Yep. If you have like USDC or a stable coin on your crypto wallet, you will be able to use Tangem Pay to buy things at virtually any store, online or physical location. If you want to go to Starbucks or McDonald's or whatever you're into, then you can do that. Let's see. Steve says, if I buy 2 cards, will Tangem have your 3rd card with crypto? I don't know what you mean. Tangem doesn't have anything. If you buy 2 cards, you get 2 cards. That's how it works. Tangem doesn't know your keys. They don't have access to your crypto. When you get the wallet, you set it up, you generate your own keys, and only you know them. I wonder how competitive the fees will be from end-to-end conversion from token, blockchain, Visa, off-ramp to payment purchase. This will be key, especially with Visa involved. Yeah, it really depends on the blockchain network that they utilize or blockchain networks. So yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Can I use Tangem like a debit card now? Not the current Tangem wallet. Tangem is coming out with a separate product called Tangem Pay that is a self-custodial debit card wallet that will allow you to spend your crypto. The reveal is coming tomorrow. Hat says, can I add more than 3 cards for a wallet? If I switch phones, I just need to use my seedless card, or I can't. If I switch phones. So there's like a couple different questions in this question. I'll answer the first one. Can I add more than 3 cards for a wallet? So when you set up your Tangem wallet, you have to set up a minimum of 2 cards and a maximum of 3 cards. So whether you're setting up with a seed phrase or without a seed phrase, During the initial setup, you can set up a maximum of 3 cards, and then those cards will be displayed as one set in the Tangem app. That said, if you wanted to switch phones, that doesn't mean you need to add more cards. You can use, once you set up your Tangem cards, you can use them on an infinite number of phones, even at the same time. So you would just download the app on the other phone, open the app, you'd scan the card, then you enter your access code, and then you're now managing. You can now, access the Tangem app on the other phone too. Of course, you always need the physical card anytime you transact. That's why it's secure. As far as like adding new cards, if you buy the 6-pack that's on sale right now, or buy one, get one 60% off, link in the description. If you buy that pack that comes with 6 cards, again, you could just set up each wallet with 2 cards. And then in the app, when you go to settings, there's a button that says add new wallet. You just hit that button. And I could probably show you if my phone's not dead. But yeah, you can add an unlimited number of Tangem cards to the app. But unless you have a seed phrase, they're all going to be separate wallets. If you have a seed phrase, then even you could add additional cards to the app and then just import the current seed phrase you're using. But let's see if you can see this. So if you just go to the settings, and then there's this button right here, add new wallet. That's how you set up a new set of cards in the app. And then again, how you set them up really depends on what you want to do. Again, if you have a seed phrase already, you can import the seed phrase into the new cards and it will essentially be the same wallet. If you want to create a new seed phrase set of cards, you can do that. If you want to set it up as a seedless wallet, you can do that. But the reason why I think it's worth having multiple sets of Tangem cards with different keys is because it's so easy to diversify your crypto, because all you have to do to switch between your different sets in the app is swipe left and right. It's hard to do when I'm like this. But yeah, those are my different wallets with different keys. Which is why I think the deal that they have right now, the buy one, get one 60% off, I think this is a killer deal because you're getting 3 cold wallets for the price of 1, and you can manage all those wallets in the Tangem app. And this allows you to diversify your crypto across 3 different wallets without it being like overly complicated. So yeah, that's why I've been pushing so hard on this. This is also one of the best deals I've ever seen Tangem offer. The link to this deal is in the description of the live stream. It should apply the discounts automatically. You can also get the Tangem ring for 25% off using that link, or if you just want to try a set like the 2-card set or the 3-card set, you get 10% off using that link. So Vincent says, do I need individual seed phrase for each wallet I purchase? For example, if I purchase the special offer of 6 cards, do I need 3 separate seeds? That's totally up to you. Again, that depends how you want to set it up. If you want all the cards to be the same wallet, you can do that. You would just use the same seed phrase in each wallet. If you want each set to have its different seed phrase, you can do that too. But if your goal is to diversify your crypto to reduce your exposure and reduce your risk, the smart thing to do is to set up 2 or 3 separate seed phrases and split your crypto across those different wallets. That way, if you make a mistake, since human error is the biggest risk in crypto, that's a fact. But if something were to happen because you slipped up and make a mistake, if your crypto is diversified, you won't lose your entire portfolio. You'll just lose a small chunk, and that hurts a lot less than if you make one stupid mistake and lose everything, like Brandon LaRoque. Bobo says, but does that mean I'd have to report all the microtransactions to the IRS and pay a tax? Again, it depends. Anytime you dispose of a crypto asset, it is a taxable event. Whether you will owe money on that depends on if you made money or lost money. Martin says, do you know if they will roll out in the EU in the future? I believe they will. They had originally mentioned that's where they were going to launch it in the first place. So my guess is yes, it should be available in EU as well. eventually. No Hype says, I'm used to it now. Why should I not use EliPal? My coins aren't safe or what? That's just a personal choice for me. I don't use EliPal. I made a video on this already that covered my personal interaction with EliPal. They lied to me in an email, like straight up lied to me. They said another competitor brand had been compromised in an attempt to sell their wallets, which was just very deceiving. I called them out. They apologized a bunch, and then the way they responded was like super weird. Um, yeah, you could just tell it was really fake. And then they offered to send me gifts as an apology, which again was super weird. Um, they also are deceiving in their marketing, claiming that like the EliPal X card is air gapped when it's not. I've called them out about this as well. The X cards can't be air gapped. It's an NFC wallet, so it's not technically air gapped, but we're just getting technical at that point. And then they also spammed my channel with like they hired some kind of, I don't know if they're spam bots. I think it was because they just spammed my channel with a bunch of EliPal comments, which was super weird. Called them out about that too, and they were like, "Oh, we didn't do that," when obviously they did because it was their brand that they were promoting. So yeah, it's just like a weird company, one that I don't really want to support, and one that I don't feel comfortable using myself. Like I own all the EliPal wallets, and I no longer use them. That's just a personal choice. If you're happy using EliPal, then that's your choice, and that's your right. If someone has your access code for Tangem, is your crypto gone? So remember, I just want to be clear here. The access code is the password, the card specific password. An access code and your seed phrase are completely different. If someone has your seed phrase in crypto, then yes, they can access your crypto whether they have your wallet or not by importing your seed phrase into their own wallet, because the seed phrase is a master key to all your crypto. Now, if you're actually talking about the access code, which again is the card specific password, that doesn't mean all your crypto is gone and no one can do anything with your access code without your physical card. But if they have your card and your access code, then yes, they would be able to access your card and move your funds. Does it have yield features? Are you talking about the Tangem wallet? The Tangem wallet allows you to stake certain cryptocurrencies, but that's as close as you'll get. Let's see. Google user, hi, great job as always. Thank you. Can you name the open source wallets besides Ledger, Trezor, OneKey, Tangem? Off the top of my head, Keystone is open source. I think Cold Card is open source. I don't know. I'm sure someone in the comments could help out too. But there's so many different wallets. I think I don't know if SafePal is open source. Honestly, you can just Google this stuff and it'll tell you like a pretty decent list. It looks like certain SafePal wallets are open source, but not all of them. So, Millennial Outlook says, "What do you think about crypto dropping to 100K again?" I mean, I don't know. I think everyone is fearful. I think there's a lot of uncertainty. At least that's what the media is showing us. The government's still shut down. You have like the tariff stuff. There's just a lot of fear, like always. Just a lot of fear. Doesn't mean that it's not going to go back up. Doesn't mean that it won't go down further. But that's why I don't like to talk about like crypto prices and stuff, because no one knows what the hell they're talking about. And if they act like they do, then they're just lying. No one can predict the market. I think reading charts is completely useless. If there are any experts in the world, they're few and far between. A lot of the experts are the ones that are probably controlling certain markets. I'm not just talking about Bitcoin, but like outside of Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies are completely pointless to try to track, in my opinion. Like meme coins and stuff, it's all vaporware. But yeah, I think it could go either way, right? Obviously. I feel like people who had problems with LEPAL was due to user error. No, again, it wasn't anything that happened with users that is is a reason I don't use LEPAL. It's a personal choice. I don't want to support their company. It's really that simple, and I don't feel comfortable using their products because of the interactions that I've had with them. Is there a cost for Tangem Pay? I'm sure there's some kind of, there will be fees because you're dealing with Visa, but I don't know what the cost will be. Will they release new Tangem card for Tangem Pay, or can I use Pay with my current Tangem card? So Tangem Pay will have a physical card as well. That will be your debit card. That will be a separate product, but you can use Tangem Pay to spend crypto on other wallets. So even if you have your Tangem wallet right now, like your Tangem cards, you will be able to spend those cards if you choose to connect it to Tangem Pay using a smart contract, from my understanding. Thanks for the video, Skrilla. Absolutely. Thank you for watching. What crypto would you buy right now? That's not something you should ask people on the internet unless you want to lose money. That's also not something that I talk about on the channel. If you're looking for what crypto is going to 100x next, this isn't the channel. Is this going to be available in Canada? Eventually, the goal is that this will be available worldwide. But at first, they're launching it in the US, Latin America, and major Asia Pacific countries. Ghost Arrow says, gotta get to work. Darn it. Thanks for your insight, of course. Thanks for watching the live stream before work. I use Robinhood, then transfer to Tangem. I never trust Tangem third party for buying. Yeah, that's a fine way to do it. Fine way to do it. Will each payment made be approved with scanning the Visa card to your app after using at the terminal? That would make the account not hackable or worrying about skimming. I don't think that act alone is what is required to make the account not being able to be hacked or worry about skimming. But to be clear, I don't know exactly how it works until we can use it. Tangem Pay, yeah, I know, it's exciting. Is over millions of dollars safe on Tangem? That's something only you can answer. My personal advice is, if you only had $1 million to your name, and you had it all in crypto, and you have it all in what wallet, I don't care what wallet it is, that is extremely irresponsible and dangerous. But if you had $100 million and you had $1 million on one wallet, that's not that big of a risk, because if you lost $1 million, you still have 99 million more. Doesn't even affect you. So that really depends. But Tangem is just as secure as any other wallet, Ledger, Trezor. So if you're saying, because like the common misconception is, oh, Tangem is only good for small amounts. Someone just made that up one day, and then people started to spread it like wildfire. There's nothing to show, or it doesn't even make any sense. That Tangem's only good for small amounts. You can store an unlimited amount of crypto on your Tangem wallet. How much you should store on it, only you can answer that, because that is your own risk tolerance, and only you know what that is. Will you have a discount code for Rider? Yes, I will. That code, it might already work now. Let me check. But I try to make all my discount codes on any wallet website. If you go and enter the code CyberSkrilla, all one word, then it should work. So yeah, again, anytime, I always try to make my discount code CyberSkrilla so that it's the same across all websites. But Let me see here. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so my code's not set up yet, which is unfortunate. But it should be, I want to say tomorrow, it should be set up. Let's see. Is it safe to buy from Amazon page? Tangem wallets. So my answer is probably. It's very unlikely that you would receive a fake or compromised Tangem wallet. That's never happened. But personally, I will never and would never or ever recommend purchasing a cold wallet from a third party website. There have been cases in the past where, yeah, people have received compromised wallets. Usually it's wallets that are already set up. So it is a possibility. It's just very unlikely, at least with Tangem. Also, with any wallet on the market nowadays, when you set up the wallet, it goes through a firmware authentication check that verifies, the wallet you're using is an authentic wallet, whether that's Tangem or Ledger or Trezor. With Tangem, it happens in the background; you don't actually see it. But if it were a fake wallet, it would pop up a message. But my thing is, why risk it in the first place? Just go directly to the manufacturer. Also, you don't get the deals and the savings like that is going on Tangem's website right now. The buy one get one 60% off. You don't get that deal if you're buying it from Amazon. So you're kind of losing out, right? The only exception is some people in certain countries when they try to order a wallet, it might not be available from the manufacturer in that wallet, so they have like authorized resellers. That's the only time where I'd say, well, you don't really have a choice, so that's what you got to do. But personally, I would never order anything a cold wallet from Amazon. Of course, I order stuff from Amazon, never a cold wallet. And like I said, you don't get the deals for the most part. What is going on here? But speaking of the deals, Tangem's buy one get one 60% off deal ends November 7th. Is I don't know if it ends November 6th, like at 11:59 p.m., or if it actually goes all day November 7th. On their website, it says November 6th. They told me November 7th. So I would just assume end of the night on November 6th. But it's buy one, get one 60% off. I know this says 50% off, but if you use the link in the description, it applies an additional 10% off. So you get 6 cards for only $97. So you're saving $40. Plus, you get free shipping. And with 6 cards, this allows you to set up to have 3 separate cold wallets because you only need 2 Tangem cards to set up one wallet. They can all have their own seed phrase, or if you don't want to use a seed phrase, you can set them all up separately as seedless wallets. Or if you want them all to be the same wallet and just have multiple cards, you can do that too by setting up the first 3 pack with the seed phrase. And then when you set up the second 3 pack, you would just import that seed phrase onto the other cards. And even though they're separate sets in the app, they're all the same wallet. So you have a lot of options, but ultimately, if you're looking to diversify your crypto, I think Tangem makes it the easiest out of any cold wallet on the market since you can easily manage it all in one app and switch between each wallet with the swipe of your finger. So yeah, this is a killer deal. Of course, Black Friday is coming up, but like I said, this deal is better than the deals they offered last Black Friday. So it is a killer deal regardless. If you're looking to get multiple wallets, or if you want, like you have someone in your family, whether it's your kids or a significant other, this buy one get one 60% off is a good way to get gifts or just get someone a wallet if you're introducing them into crypto. So link to that is in the description of this live stream. Let's see where we at. What's your Bitcoin top price prediction and when? I have no idea. I don't think anyone knows. It'd be cool to see 150K by December. I don't know. Bob Wise, do you load your crypto on the debit card and does it stay stable or does it fluctuate with the market? Well, that depends on the crypto you'd use, but I'm assuming, again, there's a lot of unanswered questions. We have to wait for the full reveal. But with the Tangem Pay, it will work with your other wallets. So even if you use a Ledger or Trezor or your current Tangem wallet, it will work with those wallets. As far as if the price of the crypto will fluctuate, that depends on what crypto you hold. If you're holding it in Tangem Pay, it sounds like it'll be stable coins. Stable coins don't really fluctuate. That's the point of a stable coin. They're pegged to the price of whatever asset they're, well, usually it's these stable coins will probably be pegged to the price of the US dollar. So they won't fluctuate. Will Tangem Pay require KYC? Absolutely, it will. It's awesome. Another super chat from Quins. Thank you so much. Very generous of you. Thank you so much. And thanks for joining the live stream. Lots of kind people in this world. Sometimes I feel like we forget that. But every time just someone's watching the live stream, it just blows my mind. I mean, yeah, you guys are just too kind. Chuck Nasty says, I just set up a new wallet. How do I get this one? Chuck, you got to wait for the full reveal tomorrow, and Tangem will tell you more details. And of course, if you're subscribed to the channel, I'm going to keep you up to date on Tangem Pay as well. Can I use Tangem Wallet and pay in Bangladesh? So Tangem Wallet, the current Tangem Wallet, is not a payment card. Tangem Pay is a payment card. That's the new product that's coming out. You will be able to pay with that. As far as when it will be available in Bangladesh, I do not have that information. But I will keep everyone updated as more, as Tangem Pay is available and as it becomes available in other parts of the world. 352 Lambo. 352 Lambo, do you actually own a Lambo? If so, what kind? And can I ride in it? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But 352 Lambo says, can you add or remove cards under one current wallet with biometrics instead of a seed phrase? Can you add or remove cards under one current wallet with biometrics instead of a seed phrase? Could you clarify what you mean? Again, my brain is just not having it today. I don't quite understand what you mean. Aaron says, is facial recognition good to use? I mean, define good. What do you mean by that? Like, is it secure? I mean, I use it for my Tangem wallet. Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you want to use it. Satoshi says, I have so many different hardware wallets in Tangem Card. Nice. So do I. Raw Rich says, are we limited to only 3 cards per account? I like to purchase a Tangem Ring and I'd like to use it on my current account. How am I able to do that? Yeah, so there is a workaround to do this. You are only able to use 3 cards per account. So in the app, you're always, the maximum that you can have per set in the app is 3 cards. That said, if your goal is to use, like, add more cards to your current cards, like you want to add the ring also comes with 2 cards. So you basically be adding 3 cards to your current account. The only way you can do that is if your current cards are set up with the seed phrase. If they are, then it's super easy. And I can kind of show you how that'll work. But let's say your current wallet's set up with the seed phrase, right? All you have to do is, I can get the lighting right. Oh my goodness. So to add a new wallet, all you'd have to do is go to the settings, and then you tap the add new wallet button. And then you're going to scan your ring, right? And then you're going to go through the setup process again. But this time during the setup, you don't tap create wallet or create seed phrase. You tap import recovery phrase. And then you would just enter the current seed phrase you're using in your current Tangem cards, enter it into this new wallet that you're setting up with your rings and 2 cards. And then once you complete the setup process, they will all have access to the same crypto, but they will just be different sets in the app. So it'll show the same portfolio. It'll control the same coins. That'll just be different sets in the app because that's how the app works. But that's the workaround to do it. And then to switch between, like, your cards and the ring one, you just swipe left. See, like, this is my ring one. right there, and then just that way. And that's how you switch between it. If you don't have a seed phrase and you're trying to add more cards to your current wallet, you can't do it. You have to create a new wallet. Satoshi B. Geez, thank you so much. Everyone's just feeling generous today. Thank you. That was very kind of you. I appreciate that. Thanks for all your good questions and hanging out with us on the live stream. Quins says, smash, share, and subscribe. It's free alpha over here. Absolutely. Thank you. Digital Dollar Community says, Tangem Ring sucks. Mine broke after 3 months of use. I mean, that was your experience. So, it sounds like it sucked for you. I've had my Tangem Ring for like almost a year. Whenever they came out, it's been great. That said, the early batches, some of those rings had that issue where they broke. If that was your case, you should have reached out to Tangem and they should have sent you a replacement one. They have since switched manufacturers, I believe, and the current rings that they sell are not brittle or whatever like the early ones were. So they have fixed that issue since. Jelly says, can you recommend legit crypto agents and traders? There are a few crypto traders who are offering their services for 10% commission. This female crypto agent says she guarantees huge. That's a huge scam. Crypto agents are scams. Anyone promising you huge profits, anyone promising you any return on your money, 9.9 times out of 10 are scammers. Don't interact with those people. It blows my mind how many people are still fall for this in 2026 almost. It's a straight up scam. Tyvo says, I would like to get the Tandem Ring set. Would you set up the wallet with 2 cards or 1? I don't know why you wouldn't set it up with all the cards. It comes with 2 cards. If you only set it up with 1 card, then that extra card you have is completely worthless. You can't do anything with 1 card on its own. So my ring, I set up all the cards. Let's see. Satoshi, any recommendations on 25th word password, aka secret passphrase? I want it to be easily remembered and difficult to break. I don't know what you mean recommendations. Like, my recommendation when setting up a passphrase is, I mean, I guess you can make it, easy if you really wanted to. Obviously, you're sacrificing security, but you have to understand that a passphrase to get into your passphrase wallet requires your seed phrase and your passphrase combo. So you always have the protection of the seed phrase. So technically, it doesn't have to be like a crazy, insane passphrase if you don't want it to be, but that's up to you. Best advice for educating parents on crypto. Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, honestly, if they're not, it depends, right? If they're interested, I think just like sending them YouTube videos is like a good place to start. If they're not interested, then stop wasting your time trying to convince them, would be my advice. I'm not saying that's the case for your parents or parents but if they're not showing any interests, don't waste your time trying to force them. That's my advice. If they are, then just talk about it with them. When you come across videos that you like or that you find valuable, share the videos with them. Sit down and watch the videos with them. You could turn it into like a good bonding experience. You can learn together. But again, if one that crypto is like the next best thing, don't waste time trying to convince people who don't want to be convinced. Satoshi says, how do I safely take my seed phrase with me when I travel? I must without hardware wallet. Simple piece of paper. This is in case I won't be able to return back home. Kind of tough. You could bring it on a piece of paper, just crumpled up on on a piece of paper or something, and then maybe once you get to that new location, you could order like a metal seed phrase plate, and then get it, on a more permanent storage solution. Or like certain wallets, you don't even have to bring your seed phrase, because certain wallets, I mean, cold wallets hold your seed phrase. So if you just bring your wallet, you can always look at your seed phrase from your wallet once you get to your destination. Like on Ryder, like I showed you. Like if I traveled with this, I wouldn't need my seed phrase, because once I get to the destination, I can just have this device reveal the seed phrase for me, and then I could write it down. That way I don't have to like worry about someone seeing it, going through the airport security. But like some wallets have this reveal secret recovery phrase option. So that's an option as well. Bitcoin dumping, crypto is a scam. Who cares about wallets? Yeah, I mean, if you're worried about Bitcoin dumping, then I could tell this is probably your first day in crypto. As far as crypto being a scam, I would say you're right. 99% of crypto is a scam. Who cares about wallets? Probably the people who care about protecting their investments. But I could be wrong. Let's see. G Vegas. Shout out to G Vegas for always being on the live streams. I swear I see you on every live stream. At least the last couple. I appreciate you. G Vegas, thanks for your code. Just bought the 2 set. Appreciate all of the knowledge you share. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you tuning in. Seasoning says how to check if your wallet's being monitored, ready to be scammed. Created an online wallet but haven't used it. Please list some telltale signs seen inside wallet app. I don't know what you mean by how to check if your wallet's being monitored. If you have malware on your device, then you have a lot more concerns. You would need to get some kind of malware scanner and check. But no one can just monitor your wallet like, in the app. That's not really how it works. So I don't really know what you mean. I don't have any telltale signs. If you think your device is compromised, that's a bigger issue. And again, you should probably look into some kind of malware scanner like Malwarebytes and run a scan on your device, and then get that malware taken care of. Also, creating an online wallet. If your goal is to secure your crypto, you want to get a cold wallet where the keys are stored offline, something like Tangem that we're talking about here. So that's an easy solution, is to just get a cold wallet. Shout out to Pedro Kid 89, became a YouTube member, became a member on the channel. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you for your support and for tuning in. I appreciate it. Da-da-da. What's going on? MA992. I've seen you on a few live streams as well. I appreciate you always tuning in. Fen says, I just bought my first Tangem cards. Am I able to stake crypto from my cold wallet? You absolutely are. As far as what cryptos you can stake, it depends on the wallet. In the case of Tangem, I believe there's about 6 cryptos you can stake right now. If you just Google it, what crypto can I stake in Tangem wallet, that list is accurate. It's like Polygon, Solana, and a couple other ones. So No Hype 85 says, I'm going to keep using it, talking about your LAPal wallet, but going to get a Tangem setup as well. Cool. I think if this is your first Tangem set, you're going to be, in my opinion, you'll be blown away with the difference in terms of usability and the ease. Tangem is, I mean, nothing compares right now on the market to Tangem as far as usability is concerned. Christina says, would using HODL work as a safe option? Do you happen to know about it? I don't know what that is. If you want to share more about what that is, how it works, then maybe I could give you a better answer. But let me see if I could do a quick Google search. It's a peer-to-peer Bitcoin trading platform, non-custodial Bitcoin trading solution. We don't hold your funds. let's see, you can buy Bitcoin and you can sell Bitcoin. They have different payment methods like Cash App, Tether, national banks, Bank of America. Nice. Um, hmm, P2P lending. Definitely, I don't do that. Let's see. You control the keys to the funds in escrow. No verification required. So yeah, like as far as holding your crypto on something like this, not something I would ever feel comfortable doing. I again, I'm like I'm all in on self-custodial cold storage wallets, physical devices. I think that's the most secure solution we have today. But I can't comment on Hodl Hodl. I've never used it myself, but I could tell you right now, even if it does have a good reputation, it's not something I would use to store my Bitcoin on. Again, I would get something like Tangem or a Ledger or a Trezor, and I would get it there. Because let's see, step one, buyer and seller engage in a contract. Step two, seller deposits Bitcoin in escrow directly from their wallet. Buyer pays the seller according to the agreed upon method. Seller releases Bitcoin from multi-sig escrow directly into buyer's wallet. So yeah, it's classic peer-to-peer trading. As far as like the trading, like if you're just looking to trade Bitcoin peer-to-peer and this is a reputable platform, then I don't see anything wrong with that. But again, as far as actually holding your Bitcoin, I would not hold it on a website like this. So that's what I would say. Bye, 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 bye. That's actually kind of funny. What is that? Is that Backstreet Boys or NSYNC? Um, check what's going on here. Is Bitcoin below 100K yet? Almost. Like 100,290, probably somewhere around there. This is in the Tangem app, by the way, which is pretty cool. It's got live market data, current Bitcoin price. Anyone who's wondering. Will Tangem Pay be available in South America? Eventually, the goal is that Tangem Pay will be available worldwide. Will it be available in South America at first? I don't believe so. Can the government seize your crypto if you're in a bind? Just curious. No. Well, it depends. If your crypto is on your cold wallet secured by your keys, then no, there's no way that they could access your crypto unless they get your keys. Now, if your crypto is on an exchange, absolutely. They just contact the exchange freezes your funds, and I mean that's how most scammers get caught, right? That's the only way where scammers get caught up is when they're trying to cash out their crypto. If they're being watched, then they can freeze their funds on the centralized platform. But if your crypto is held in a self-custodial cold storage wallet, there's no way they can seize your crypto because they would have to seize your keys to do that. Pico Wave says when using Visa debit card outside the U.S., we're asked to choose to pay in either local or U.S. currency, and almost always better to choose local for better exchange rate. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely trade-offs of using a new product like Tangem Pay. Google user said I did LA and they never gave me any of my free airdrops, and now hearing you, I can understand why. Yeah, I don't know. I never got involved in the airdrops, but yeah. The Tangent Pay is not non-KYC. It is a KYC product. I mean, it's a Visa product, so of course it's KYC. No Europe. I mean, according to Tangem, I don't know. All we know, this literally what's on the screen is all I know. Tangent Pay will begin issuing cards in late November across the United States, Latin America, and major Asia Pacific countries, with more regions to follow. That doesn't mean Tangent Pay won't be available in other countries. It just means the physical cards might not be available. I don't know. This could be available worldwide once it releases through the Tangem app. It's very possible. Satoshi says, how do you sort small miscellaneous things at home, like hardware wallets, USB keys, cables, pens? Um, you just have to be organized, have a dedicated space where all that stuff goes, and make sure it always goes back when you use it. That could be a drawer, that could be an at home safe, safety deposit box, whatever. I thought they would roll first out in Europe before USA. That has changed. It looks like they are rolling out in the US as well. Contemplate says, I already have one set of 3 cards and the Tangem app. If I get the deal, will that be 2 additional wallets on my existing app? If you get the deal, that's that's running right now until the end of the week through Tangem's website. The link to this deal is in the description, by the way. If you get this deal, you're getting 6 cards. So that's actually 3 additional wallets because you can set up 2 cards per wallet if that's what you want to do. So you'll actually have 3 additional wallets that you can add to your existing Tangem app. Of course, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be 3 wallets. If you want to set up the 6 cards as 2 wallets, 3 cards per wallet, you can do it that way too. But yes, if you get this deal, you're getting 6 cards total, which means you can set up a maximum of 3 separate wallets. Bitcoin just dropped below 100K. This was like a while ago because I'm behind on the chat. Looks like we're back above it. Is there a transcript available? Probably after the video is is published on YouTube. I think there's something you could do with that. Can you use a set of Tangem on different crypto accounts? I mean, owned by different individuals. So if you set up only one set of Tangem cards, all those cards control the same crypto. So if you were to give your card to someone else, they're going to have access to the same account that you have access to. If your goal is to have different accounts, then you would want to set up different wallets. So you would need at least 4 cards. That way, 2 cards is one wallet, and then the other 2 cards is another wallet. Google user said, I did see YouTubers giving opinions on Tangem Pay. I just figured it was people in their pilot test phase. I haven't seen any of these videos, so I have no idea what you're talking about, but they could just be giving information. Let's see, this guy. I tried Tangem Pay Visa. My honest experience. Let's just hover over this video. I'm just looking at it right now. Dun, dun, dun. Tried Tangem Pay Visa. Video. Him going over the website. So yeah, that video is completely false. Let's see what other YouTuber says this. This guy 6 months ago, Tangem Pay Visa review. Again, they're just trying to get you to click on the video. These are all fake. Tangem Pay Visa. Another review a month ago. Let's see. Is it worth Tangem Pay Visa 25? Not a review. Yeah, they're all BS videos. Nobody's has reviewed Tangem Pay. What if I bought 2 Tangem wallets and 1 lost? Can I still reset it? Yeah, you can. You can factory reset it even if you lose a card, for sure. Will the actual card be used to pay or another card? So Tangem Pay will have a physical card that you can use at any merchant that accepts Visa. Yes. Why not Europe? Government control, I guess. Again, just because Tangem said that the cards will begin issuing in United States, Latin America, and Asia Pacific countries doesn't mean Tangem Pay won't be available in other places immediately. Remember, it comes out, there's two types. There's the virtual Tangem Pay, which is essentially a hot wallet. This will be available in the Tangem app. And then there will be the physical cards. So it could just be that the cards are coming to certain countries first and then, to the rest. I don't know. You have to wait and see. Satoshi said, did Taihutu YouTube channel get banned in the past 3 weeks? He's been making videos since 2015. I have no idea. I don't know who that is. No idea. It looks like this crypto guy, the Bitcoin family, it looks like he's, I don't know, he's still has a YouTube, the Bitcoin family. So I've never seen that guy in my life though, so I don't really know. If you have 3 cards set and you lose or damage 1 or more cards, what happens in a seedless rollout? Also, can you go from seedless to seed phrase? So if you have a 3-card set and you lose 2 of the 3 cards, you're still okay because you have that 1 additional card. However, you would want to get a new wallet or buy more Tangem cards and transfer your crypto to the new cards probably because you're only down to 1. That's why I don't really like the seedless wallet. It just doesn't make sense. It's a flawed system in my opinion. Because it's like once you're down to 1 wallet, you're almost forced to buy new cards, and then what do you do with that other card once you transfer your crypto? It just is a worthless card at that point. So that doesn't make sense to me. That's why I like to use the seed phrase option. As far as going from seedless to seed phrase, you can't. Once you set up a wallet, it's set up. That's not a process you can reverse or change. So if you want to go from seedless to seed phrase, then you need to factory reset your cards and then set them up again with a seed phrase. Now, of course, if you have crypto on your current Tangem wallet and it's seedless, you would need to transfer that crypto to another wallet temporarily. If you want to see exactly how to do this, go to YouTube and type in the search bar missed Tangem seed phrase. And I made a video on this exact process going from seedless to seed phrase if that's what you want to do. Is it possible to swap all coins off a wallet and then reset the cards to use them to make a new wallet? Yes, that's what I just explained. Again, if you want to see that video, type into YouTube missed Tangem wallet seed phrase, and it's a big blue thumbnail that says missed seed phrase. You want to watch that video. KDubs71 says, with the recent hot wallet hack of the guy that had $3 million in XRP, Brandon LaRoque, how will the new Tangem hot wallet protect us against hacks like he experienced? So that just comes with the territory. That's why you don't use hot wallets to store your crypto. Hot wallets are fine, but if you're, but there's just inherent risks that come with using them. That's why cold wallets exist. So it's not that hot wallets aren't necessarily like, they're not unsafe. It's just they're more prone to if your device gets malware or something. So as far as like storing large amounts on the hot wallet option, it's not something I would ever do. How you prevent that is you keep the majority of your crypto stored on a cold wallet. Pearls of wisdom, do you prefer 12 or 24 word seed phrase? Always 24, just makes more sense. It's longer, it's more random, it's harder to guess, it's more secure. Let's see. Animal official, can you explain more how the access code is encrypted and saved locally and what prevents someone from stealing your Tangem card and hacking your phone to get access code to access your wallet? I can't explain that because I just don't know enough about the how the access code is encrypted. I would have to read up on that. Let's see. I am from South Africa. I bought the 2-set Tangem wallet from the website. How do I check that the wallets haven't been tampered with? Because I noticed they're coming from Hong Kong. Yeah, that's completely normal. Tangem wallets ship from Hong Kong. They ship from the US. They have warehouses all over the world. That's a normal shipping location. In terms of how you check if it's been tampered with, if if you set up the wallet and it didn't have any pop-up messages that said it wasn't, an official Tangem wallet, then it's legit. When you initially set up the wallet, it goes through a firmware authentication check. You don't see that; it happens in the background. If there were an issue with your cards, like they were fake or compromised, then a message would pop up on screen warning you. If you didn't get that message, you're good. Jelly says there's a lot of these crypto agents on Facebook, and there are people who share their testimonies on Facebook, tagging them as they became multimillionaires through their service. Yeah, those are scams. Those are complete scams. Just because there's a testimony doesn't mean crap. There's a couple things. One, scammers can create testimonies. They do it all the time. Two, there's AI that looks completely real. So you might not even be watching a real person. Yeah, do not fall for that. I'm telling you right now, if you go with any of those services, you are going to get scammed. 100%, I guarantee it. If that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. But don't say I didn't tell you. How long does it take to claim Ethereum after unstaking? I don't know. Those terms should be whatever staking platform you're using. You should be able to see what the unbonding period is, and it should be. You should be able to find that out pretty easily, though. Any advice on how to behave if someone breaks into my house and asks to give up my crypto? 25th word is my only hope, unless it's easy to crack, of course, and unless they ask for it. $5 wrench. I don't know where you live, but where I'm from, we all have home protection. So if someone breaks into my house, they're not going to get far. At the end of the day, though, I don't think any amount of money is worth your life. So I'll say that. That's kind of the point of a passphrase, though. Someone breaks into your house and somehow they know you have crypto and they threaten that you give them your crypto, then have a seed phrase wallet set up with crypto on it and give them your seed phrase, knowing that you still have your seed phrase passphrase combo that you can use to access the majority of your crypto, right? So let's say you had $5,000, maybe put, $1,000 in your seed phrase wallet, keep the other 4,000 secured by the passphrase. Pilot says, thanks for all your videos. Absolutely. Thank you for watching. Turbo 8890 says, what's up, buddy? Thanks for all the wallet tips. I've taken my cryptocurrency off exchanges thanks to you. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Well done. Thanks for watching the videos and being on the live stream. Jelly says, this crypto agent's telling me she will turn $1,000 into $1 million in just a few months and she takes 10% commission. She has her own legit pictures and face. That's a scam. I hope you're not serious. That's a complete scam. That's called social engineering. It's called the pig butchering scam. Look it up. I can tell you with certainty, 110% that that's a scam. Guaranteed. Crypto Roger says, can you import your old Zum wallet keys into Tangem, or would you have to send your coins to Tangem? I don't know. I'm not familiar with that wallet. What would you do if you had to flee immediately with nothing? Border guard seizes everything, even your written seed. How would you take your seed alone? And you can't trust other people? I don't know. Honestly. Can you request Tangem to add the multiple wallet address and add the passphrase during new wallet setup? So they're already working on the multiple wallet address. Me telling them doesn't speed anything up. I've already asked them about it recently, and it's always the same answer. They're working on it. As far as the passphrase thing, I don't know if that's something they would do, because the passphrase is more of an advanced feature and it's very risky if you don't understand how it works. So I don't think they're going to make that something that's readily available, just because Tangem is focused on being the user-friendly wallet, not the overly complicated technical wallet. Bob Wise, when I set up my 3-card wallet for the first 2 cards scanned fine, the third card would not scan. I tried several times. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe If you're still having that problem, maybe try uninstalling the app and reinstalling it. Make sure you have a good Wi-Fi connection. Make sure your phone's up to date. Make sure the Tangem app is up to date. That's all the advice I can give you. Has this been answered already? How does spending crypto affect tax disposals? So spending crypto is a taxable event. Whether you would own or whether you would owe money depends on if you made money at the time of when you disposed of it. If you made money, then obviously you would owe taxes. If you lost money, then you could use that to offset any gains. But I'm not a tax advisor, so I'm probably not the best person to ask about that stuff. Alt Rock says, "What altcoins are your favorite?" That's not something that I talk about publicly. Bitcoin under 100K. Tangem just sent me a notification. Nice. What's your opinion on keeping your Bitcoin on Cash App? That's irresponsible, dangerous. Yeah, not something I would ever do. Maximilian, what's your favorite cold wallet? My favorite is Tangem. It's the wallet that I use the most. But that doesn't mean I don't like other wallets. I really like Ledger Flex. I really like the Trezor Safe 5. I'm really starting to like Rider 1. Of course, this is still a brand new wallet, but has a lot of potential. The new Trezor Safe 7, I think, is going to be killer as well. I don't have my hands on it. But yeah, I'd say overall Tangem is my favorite. Amanda Amanda says, "What do you think about Arculus?" I think Tangem is the better wallet. Also, Arculus is 100% closed source, which means everything is kept private to the company. Which, closed source isn't inherently good or bad. It just means that the public doesn't know what they can't confirm any claims that the company makes are true because everything is kept private. So if they did have a backdoor, no one would know about it because they're closed source. Whereas Tangem, the app is 100% open source. Yeah, their firmware is closed source, but the app is open source, which is nice. Tangem, it comes with 3 cards. Arculus, it comes with 1 card. Tangem supports 85 different blockchain networks. Arculus doesn't support anywhere near that many, as far as I know. I like the Tangem app better. I own an Arculus wallet, but I don't use it. I have a ton of Tangem wallets that I use instead. John Felix, what's going on, brother? Thanks for joining the live. Clavon says, "Hi, Skrill. Can I go back and get a seed phrase because I only use the biometric?" So you set up your Tangem wallet without a seed phrase, is what you're saying. If you want a seed phrase now, you have to completely restart the setup process. To do that, you need to go into the settings. Then you tap your wallet. Then you tap Manage Device, and then you have to select factory reset cards. But before you do any of that, you need to send your crypto off the wallet so that you don't lose it all. That said, if you're wondering how to do this, I have an entire video that shows you that exact process. And I'm just going to show you, since a lot of people are wondering, if you're looking to set up your Tangem wallet with a seed phrase now because you set it up without one, this is a video you need to go watch because that video, I literally made it for you. It's called Set Up Your Tangem Wallet Without a Seed Phrase Quick Fix. In this video, I show you exactly how to turn your seedless wallet into a seed phrase wallet safely, most importantly. So definitely go watch that video. Does Tangem Pay need KYC? Of course it does. It's a Visa product. Jennifer says, "Where can I get the Visa card and how much is it?" We don't know. The reveal is tomorrow. Brian says he has 2 sets of Tangem cards, 1 3-card set, 1 ring, and 2 cards. What's the process for transferring crypto between the 2 sets? Brian, I'm not sure if you've ever transferred crypto before, but it's always the same process. You would go to, you would open up, one wallet on the app. You copy the receiving address, then you switch over to your other wallet. You hit send, you paste the receiving address, and then you send it. It's extremely straightforward. It's like sending an email. I'll show you how you would do that. So notice, let me get rid of this. Sending crypto is extremely simple, especially between Tangem. So notice this is just my, goodness, this is hard to do. But notice this is my Bitcoin wallet. It says Bitcoin right there. These are just sample wallets I have set up so I can show you on live stream. So let's say I want to send Bitcoin to this wallet. So the first thing I'm going to do is select Bitcoin. Now I'm going to select the receive button. Send funds only using Bitcoin network. Okay. On Bitcoin, there's two addresses. There's legacy and the default. Default is SegWit. I always choose SegWit. So just going to copy, right? So I've copied the address from my first Tangem wallet. Remember my Bitcoin wallet. Now, just swipe over to your other wallet. And let's say I had, Bitcoin in this wallet, for example. Now you select Bitcoin. But this time, you hit the send button, right? Mine's grayed out, so I can't hit it. I don't have any funds to send. But you hit the send button, and then you paste that receiving address that you just copied. You enter the amount you want to send, and you confirm the transaction by holding up your card. And it's that simple. Hopefully that helps. Okay, Renee says, late to the chat, no worries. How much will it cost? Anyone know? Be careful, I received a counterfeit Tangem card after I received the real cards. Okay, a couple things. How much will it cost? We don't know. No idea. The official reveal is tomorrow. Now, as far as you receiving a counterfeit card after receiving the real cards, could you clarify what you mean? Because there has never been a case of counterfeit Tangem cards. It's really hard to do. So I'd be curious what you mean and how you know they're counterfeit and where you got them from and all the details if you want to share more so that we can all learn from that. Because it's not always a counterfeit card. Sometimes, like if you order from Tangem, there have been cases where people will receive, I forget what it's called. It's like a test batch card. It's like a blank card that doesn't have the firmware on it or whatever. And then someone will go to try to set it up and it'll say like, it'll tell you, this card is not an official Tangem card or something like that, which is the counterfeit thing working. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's a counterfeit card. It just means it was a blank that you received from Tangem. So that's a possibility. But I'd be curious to know the actual story if you feel comfortable sharing it. Pedro Kid said, can I get a private meeting with you? Try transferring crypto from Kraken to Level, but nothing is showing up. I don't offer one-on-one consultations, unfortunately. That's not something that I do. As far as not showing up, if you're having issues with your transfer, you should reach out to Tangem. They should be able to potentially reverse the transaction since you did it on their exchange. So I would reach out to Kraken and see if they can't help you. As far as it not showing up, I don't know what Level is. No idea. Let's see. If you're talking about Level Finance, decentralized liquidity marketplace, yeah, I don't have any experience with that, so I can't help you there. But you probably did something simple, like you sent it on the wrong network or something like that. So I'd reach out to Kraken. Clayvon says, I don't have a seed phrase on my first Tangem wallet. When I buy my second set, can I use a seed phrase? Yes, you can. You can set up an unlimited number of Tangem wallets on your through your Tangem app, and you can set them up like when you get new cards, you can set them up however you want. You can set them up with the same seed phrase as your current Tangem cards. You could set them up with a new seed phrase. You could set them up as a new wallet, as a seedless wallet, whatever, however you want to do it, you can do it. And again, there's no limit to how many Tangem wallets you can set up and manage using your one Tangem app, which is why Tangem is one of the best cold wallets on the market for diversifying your portfolio, which is also why the deal that's going on right now, buy one, get one 60% off, that ends the end of this week, is one of the best deals Tangem has ever offered. Because again, you get, and the link to this deal is in the description of the live stream, but you're getting 6 cards total, which is the equivalent of 3 cold wallets, because you only need 2 cards to set up one Tangem wallet in the app. So this literally lets you set up 3 separate cold wallets, and you can use those wallets to diversify your crypto across multiple wallets, so that you are reducing your exposure and lowering your overall risk, which is really important in crypto, considering user error is the #1 risk. So yeah, if you want to take advantage of this buy one, get one 60% off deal, and I know it says 50% off here on screen, but the link in the description adds the additional 10% off. As you can see at the top here, it says 10 plus 15% off. Yeah, this is a great deal. $97 for 3 cold wallets, and you get free shipping. It's pretty solid. Also, the Tangem ring, if you want the ring that comes with 2 cards, that is 25% off as well. Or if you just get a 3-card set or the 2-card set, that same link in the description of this live stream will get you 10% off the normal sets. Also, I forgot to mention, there is a user guide, how to set up your Tangem wallet, how to transfer crypto to it, how to transfer crypto from it, like back to the exchange. I left that user guide in the description as well. If you're just looking to maybe get a Tangem wallet and you want to see how it works first, definitely check out that user guide. And then you can use the same link in that user guide to get the same deal. So check it out. The Chad Work says, I don't like seeing Visa on Tangem card. Then don't look at it. Easy fix. Has MetaMask been updated since last scam situation? I recently opened my MetaMask wallet, like I think it was yesterday or something, and it looked like it had been updated. But I'm not sure what scam, which scam situation you're referring to. Nyla, I believe your name is. Sorry if I didn't say it correctly. Which cold wallet is best, Tangem or Ledger Flex? So there's no such thing as the best cold wallet. There's only best for you. How you determine which wallet is best for you, you need to check the 2 deal breakers. The first deal breaker is coin support. Does the wallet that you plan on getting support the cryptocurrencies you want to secure with it? If it doesn't, you can't get that wallet. Excuse me. The second thing is device compatibility. Does the wallet work with the devices you have at home? Tangem is a mobile-only wallet. It only works with iOS and Android mobile devices that have full NFC capabilities, whereas something like the Ledger Flex is more of a hybrid device. It works with your phone and your computer. So check those 2 things before checking anything else, and then you can look into the actual the details, like the apps, the user interface. But I will say from experience, if this is your first cold wallet, Tangem is going to be the easiest by far. Nothing really compares to it, but just make sure you check the 2 deal breakers first. And if it does look like the right wallet for you, then yeah, there you go. The link in the description will get you 10% off. Jennifer says, is ETF a better investment or the crypto coin itself? Well, the whole point of crypto is to actually own your money and to essentially be your own bank. By investing in crypto through an ETF, you basically are bypassing the entire reason Bitcoin and you could argue other cryptocurrencies were created. It's a personal choice. I want to own my crypto. I want to be in control. So I actually own the coin. The only way to do that is using a self-custodial, meaning you own the keys to your crypto wallet. And the most secure type of self-custodial wallet is a cold storage wallet like Tangem, like Ledger, like Trezor. Google user said, did you say you have a dedicated video on the manufacturer reset? Yeah, again, that video is on YouTube. And I already showed that video on screen, so you probably already saw it. But I'll show you one more time just in case. If you're looking to learn how to, course, how to reset your Tangem wallet to factory settings, then you want to look at this video. Set up your Tangem wallet without a seed phrase, quick fix. That's the video that you want to watch if your current Tangem wallet is set up as a seedless wallet and you want a seed phrase. So hopefully that helps. Um, all right. Well, let's see. Yeah, definitely. As far as the reveal, again, the Tangem Pay reveal is tomorrow. Tangem will be revealing it at the Miami blockchain event. So definitely make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not, because I usually get this information out before anyone. I mean, the moment Tangem posted this on Twitter, I pretty much started a live stream. So if you want the most accurate and up to date info, I'm a little biased, but I think my channel is the best place for it. So I will be putting out more info tomorrow as soon as it's available. It's currently under embargo, so I don't have access to it. So yeah, thanks for joining the live stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless and peace